The Sri Lanka delegation led by President Ranil Wickremesinghe engaged in high-level discussions with World Bank President Ajay Banga and other World Bank officials at the UN headquarters in New York on Monday, the President's media division said. The meeting centered on a range of critical topics, including economic reforms, agriculture, tourism, and digitization. President Wickremesinghe expressed gratitude for the vital financial support provided by the World Bank during challenging times, stating, "The money was available at least for the basics and that helped us tide through the most difficult months. Now it's a matter of finalizing the debt restructuring and moving on from there." He emphasized the need for fast and sustained economic growth. Regarding economic sectors, President Wickremesinghe highlighted the immediate focus on tourism, food security and agricultural modernization.
I'm familiar with Sri Lanka because of who I am and where I grew up, but I've not been back for 8 or 9 years. I would say the one thing that will be very helpful is the way you started with your focus on reforms and the commitment to reforms. Because I think that will demonstrate the seriousness of intent with which you continue to approach this matter. You've already shown a great deal of seriousness. You stick with that and you will find credibility will come with that. And I think that will be your biggest friend as you go through this. That includes all these SOEs, restructuring, and I know that IFC as part of the World Bank is doing a lot of advisory work with you. Please rely on them. Anything we can do to help you with those advisory opportunities. When she's there, we can discuss it in detail, but your advisors can reach out to us and IFC will be helpful on that process.
First, I will thank you all. And with Far East and all that, without them we could not have gone to navigate the course. And money was available at least for the basics.
Yes.
And that helped us tide through the most difficult months.
Yes.
So now it's a question of we'll finalize the debt restructuring, moving on from there. The only way I can see for the future is fast growth and high growth. Otherwise it will recur again in another 10 years' time. We are starting with tourism, which is the lowest hanging fruit. Then food security and agricultural modernization. Those two will be the ones that we start with. Thereafter we will be going into the other area, the traditional exports. Agriculture will mean modernizing management, looking at the plantation companies. We are going through the whole gamut of what has to be done. Remittances are picking up now. So that's
good.
Yeah, that's the first phase, but it's really modernizing means moving out of it. We are looking at the situation in the region. Renewable energy is coming in a big way. We are due to, according to the reports, we'll have between 40 to 60 gigawatts of green hydrogen or ammonia. So we are using both wind energy in the north we really develop, and the solar. So that's really, it will make a big change within the north of Sri Lanka. And we are fully into the climate change. We are going ahead and we're going to start the International Climate Change University.
I think your idea of picking on tourism is great. I've been saying for a long time that tourism creates lower paying jobs per dollar invested, but many more jobs per dollar invested. And right now, again, credibility and also the buy-in from your people will benefit from a tourism development. And I think you're doing the right approach there. If we can help in any way with digitization of people, with renewable energy, solar, wind, this is something we can excel in and be helpful with. Your education point, we would like to help with. These are topics we understand well. And I think the last 2 points for you that I wanted to raise. One is, when I was in India, we discussed the power interconnection deal idea.
Yes.
And we are connected up with ADB. In any way that we can help on Sri Lanka, India, Nepal, Bangladesh, connecting up their power grids, which will be to your benefit in the short term, but also once you produce more energy to your long term as well. I think that anything we can do to help. We know ADB is working, but you should know we are there with you on that topic. So again, we'd love to be helpful to you as you go through that process.
Colombo is concerned, north of the Kalin River, all the way up to Karunayaka, you create one. We are talking with the EU, among others, to create a port. So that's the big one. And this can stand as it is. and the capacity that it can even take all transshipment cargo,
Excellent.
because we can always fall back on Hambantota and even Trincomalee for the
Yes,
local cargo.
to join the two.
Yeah, so that we want to make this, and the airport also can be nearby is connected. So you make it into a
Cargo hub as well.
sea hub. So that's one issue.
Transshipment is a great idea, sir.
For agriculture, well, the fertilizer subsidy helps the farmers. I want to modernize, but we thought the time being.
That you have to be careful with, sir.
No, we thought of sending it as cash subsidy to their account.
I see. And then they can choose the correct fertilizer.
Yeah, fertilizer, and even in education, I think of some new way. Digitalization, we will go all out. So I think that will be one area
That should be one of the
we will
priorities.
do. And
Citizens can query where their file is. So over a few years, it leads to transparency and trust. And so both topics are important. It's not easy to implement because teachers' unions and others will object because there's a transparency involved in it. But I know you understand that, but that's,
parents will want it.
yes, that's where the benefit is.
Yes.
Because the
Teachers
parents see the
understand
difference.
that, yeah. And the third one also, into the school system.
Perfect.
And we are also now bringing in the new anti-corruption bill. So
27% of Sri Lanka's workforce is in agriculture, but they only contribute 8.7% to the GDP.
And we are bringing next month the 4 women's bills.
Very good.
Gender equality, violence against women, Women's Commission, and the Institute of Women's Studies.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay, and
I will come.
yes, you have to come. Okay.
For a pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
See you much.
You bet. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Very nice.
Thank you.
For more latest news, subscribe to FTTV.